finally made it to Manchester. I was a little bit rough at first. Flew in, landed at 2:30 my time, 6:30 the time here. And I got detained in customs for a while. So they were a little bit unsure about where I was staying and asking lots of questions. And I was very tired and a little bit stressed, but we got through it. I was there for a couple hours and now I am safe and sound at Ross's. So we're just hanging out, eating some breakfast and planning the weekend. So really excited to finally be here, get to train at some cool gyms out here and just kind of experience the culture. It was off to a little bit of a rough start, but now we're moving and I'm really excited. So the whole crew is officially here. Luke got in a couple hours ago. We all knocked out a little bit of work and then we just headed to Aldi's to grab groceries. So what's cool about being on a trip with other bodybuilders is everyone's pretty understanding about needing to maintain a routine. So you can go knock out groceries, make sure everyone gets to the gym when they need to. And there's just a lot of mutual understanding regardless of the phase that you're in or your particular goals. So it's pretty cool to see that translate, being able to travel across the world and be around people who have similar goals, similar mindsets, and honestly a similar routine. It just makes it feel a little bit more like home even when you're thousands of miles away.
Get that done doing something that's not going to hinder the first movement.
That's not going to hinder the second thing, which is stability.
Sorry, yeah, the second thing, yeah.
Which is the ability to resist.
It is day 3 here in Manchester and we are at Frontline Performance. We are about to kick off the NoSwitch Fitness and ProCoach seminar. Super excited. We got a big crew here today. We have also like a ton of goodies from GASP and Better Bodies as well as Trained by JP. It's going to be super cool. It's just awesome to have a lot of people in the same space with the same interests and a desire to learn. And then to see, companies like this come through to support higher education in the sport is just super exciting and inspiring. So we're about to kick things off here. Got the whole group, got Grace, the man in the camera. And we're gonna be going over a lot of different health protocols, PED implementation, as well as some hands-on training afterwards. So kind of show you guys a little taste of what things are like here at these seminars. And if you can ever make it out, I would highly recommend if you want to level up your own coaching or your own plan. So definitely if you want to elevate yourself as an athlete, as a coach, seeking education like this and surrounding yourself with people who are equally invested in growing is vital to the process. So super excited, just kind of riding off the energy here and looking forward to getting into this event.
So it is a very good kind of base for us to function off of with second.
Hypothalamus will then be aware of that and let know that we sent the message. And that will then in turn dysregulate or lower the release of TRH, TSH from both hypothalamus and
Today here. This is week 1. This is the start of the week as you move through. This is the week of the coaching process. Literally every single week we've got some form of baseline plan as to what we're doing. Then every 4 weeks we get mapped off as a lap.
You'll see they'll be able to press and put that range to feel a little bit better. Just because strictly that action right there, that action right there, as we press out, requires more scapular movement, more serratus function here. So he has that when he goes.
Change the forward direction we're moving in. So now when he pulls down, even worse for this overhand grip because his wrist and his upper arm is forced in position. So it's going to be very upper back focus. We can still use it, but it's very upper back focus. Pull down from there. Because of the position and the scapula, we're now predominantly trained through the upper back and then maybe a little bit of lat.
Come on, Liv. Come on, Livia. Good reps here. Let's go. Come on, Liv.
Yeah, girl. Come on, Liv. Come on. Yes.
Come on, Liv. Come on, Liv.
Come on, Luke. Yes. 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 Come on, Luke. Oh. Yes. Come on. Oh. Take it. Take it. Take it. Oh.
Come on, Liv.
Let's go.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on, Olivia. Come on, Olivia. Come on.
Yes.
Go. Take it.
Come on, Olivia. Come on.
Come on, Liv.
Yes.
It's funny when we find one of us in the shop and we get a kid, we love to get a kid, like wind the kid up and get the kid so we get a little bit. Pretty sure that
So finally made it to Ultra Flex in Rotherham, here with Meg, here with Ross. We are training push today. This is a really cool gym and I'm excited to train with some stellar athletes who I've been following for a really long time and just take things to the next level by continuing to grow around people like this. So really excited to train with these girls today. Top-notch athletes, finally getting to meet my heroes.
not through this predictable biomechanical model, right? So rather than looking at glutes, hamstrings, quads, adductors, rectors, whatever, we use things like, I don't know, hip labor, meniscus, and
When we look at foot pressure, how many of you guys have watched the classic bodybuilder trying to teach squatting, and it's like outside foot pressure because that's how they hit their front relax on squat, right? When we look at this dynamic of foot pressure relative to our capacity to reach depth, we need to look at what we call a tripod foot. So
you go like a fly, right? This would be dope. You have to really pin the shoulders down and back. Now the chest comes to the forefront. Now the pecs come to the forefront. And I can start to create really meaningful leverage around this more semi-circular half dome of the ribcage. But imagine if you ground yourself. Right. Except for this. Yeah. Now imagine turn your side so face me directly. Right. I have much shittier leverage in this, right?
It is Monday. Today is my last day in Manchester. I'm having my last meal here, as well as my last Nespresso, which has been a major staple this trip. I'm back in Manchester, took a train from Rotherham yesterday evening, got COVID tested downtown, and then came back to Ross's and Grace to stay for the night before my flight this morning. So it's been just an incredible trip. The seminars were absolutely amazing. I learned so much, and it's just really stoked my fire as a coach and an athlete, and I just can't wait to go home and reflect on it. I think I'm actually looking forward to the long flight just to have some time to sit with all the information. So I'm gonna have this now, and then I'll be taking an Uber to the airport and headed to Atlanta and then Charlotte from there.